Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in the FM school district this year, you really want to watch this video. I'm Bob Jokel with Hunt Real Estate, and as many of you know, I publish a monthly housing update for Onondaga County, the entirety of Onondaga County, single-family homes. But what I sought out to do this month was to boil it down by school district as well, because real estate is local, and what's going on in one community isn't necessarily what's going on in another community. So right now we're going to look at the FM school district and see how the housing market there compares to the entirety of Onondaga County. And again, we're only looking at single family homes. We're not looking at condos or townhomes. So let's take a look at the statistics and see what we can learn. New listings for Onondaga County this January versus last January were down 17.4%, 233 versus 282. And then the FM school district, they were up 36.4%, 15 new listings versus 11 new listings. So, the new listings are still pretty tight. And that was only a difference of 4 new listings, but an increase is an increase. Pending sales, which are homes that went under contract in the last 30 to 90 days and are waiting to close for Onondaga County, were down for the month 35.6%, 154 versus 239. And in the FM school district, pending sales were up 54.5% for the month, 17 versus 11. So despite the fact that new listings have been down a little bit, the pending sales were up in the FM school district. It is one of the most, seems to be one of the most sought after school districts in the county. Closed sales, which are homes that successfully closed and changed hands, for Onondaga County for this January versus last January were down 9.2%, 247 versus 272. And in the FM school district, they were down 36.4%, 14 versus 22. So that could be a product of inventory. Okay, typically it's been pretty much the same for quite some time. There's just not enough homes on the market to satisfy buyer demand. Now, days on the market until sale. In my video for the county, I told you that homes priced between $150,000 and $300,000, the average days on the market before sale was 13 days, and homes $400,000 and up, the average days on the market was 38.3. Okay, so the first-time home buyer price range, they're selling a little faster than the higher priced homes. But let's look at the days on the market until sale for the county and for FM school district. For Onondaga County, days on the market until sale were down 4.2%, 23 versus 24 days, which is basically negligible. For FM school district, they were down 52.4%, 20 days on the market versus 42 days on the market. So that's pretty significant. That means that whatever's coming on the market in the FM school district is getting gobbled up pretty quickly. Now, all of that is important, but everybody wants to know about the prices. Okay, that seems to be what everybody's mostly interested in, and I can't blame them. So the first thing we're going to look at we're going to compare the median sale prices in the FM school district versus Onondaga County. And the median is really what we like to look at, because the average sale price can be skewed by a few really high-priced sales. If you get a couple of 3 sales that were in the $1 million plus price range, which is very possible, that can really affect the average sale price. So we really want to look at the median sale price. That's what we like to key on. Having said that, the median sale price for Onondaga County this January versus last January was up 8%, $270,000 versus $250,000. So an increase of $20,000, which is very significant, especially if you're financing that money. In the FM school district, the median sales price was up 12.5%, $405,000 versus $359,900. Now, talk about an increase. That's, $46,000, $46,000 for the same period last year, and 405,000 compared to 270,000 for the county. That just further illustrates why real estate is local, and if you're going to be buying or selling in a certain community, you need to know what's going on in that community. Okay, don't look at Zillow, don't look at the national sale prices that are published on the news and on the internet. Look at what's going on in the community where you want to buy or where you live if you're looking to sell. Let's look at the average sale prices. The average sale price for Onondaga County as a whole for this January versus last January was up 7.5%, $323,246 versus $300,734. And for the F-M School District, the average sale price was up 61%, $607,386 versus $377,227. Wow. Talk about a difference, a huge difference this year versus last year, and a huge difference between the F-M School District and the county as a whole. But remember, if there was a few $1 million plus sales in January, okay, that closed, that's going to have a huge effect on the average sale price. However, that's still a pretty big number to be looking at. Now, the percent of list price received is the ratio between the last list price for the house and the price that the house actually sold at. Okay, so for Onondaga County, the percent of list price received was down 3%, 100.7% of the list price received versus 101% of list price received. And in F-M School District, the percent of list price received was up slightly, 0.8%, 98.1% versus 97.8%. Now that's a pretty stark difference between the county, in that in the F-M School District, homes sold for, on average, for less than full asking price. Well, why is that? Well, homes are being priced now on the high end very aggressively because they've been selling at such high prices. Over the last 3 years, prices have just been going up and up and up. So when they're priced higher, sometimes there's fewer buyers, maybe not getting as many multiple offers, or maybe only getting one offer. Then there's negotiations going on. And so that's probably the reason why the percent of list price received in the F-M School District was a little less than full asking price. There's just less buyers in the very high price ranges. Now, the inventory of homes for sale for Onondaga County for the month was up 1.8%, 391 versus 384. Really not a big number. You're only looking at seven homes. For the F-M School District, it was flat, 30 homes versus 30 homes. So not a big increase in inventory. No increase in inventory. The month supply of inventory, which is a number that represents how long it would take for all of the homes that are currently on the market to sell under current market conditions. And for the county and for the F-M School District, both, that number was flat. 1.2 months worth of inventory versus 1.2 months worth of inventory, both for the county and for the F-M School District. So what does that indicate? Well, I've been saying forever on my videos, a balanced market is 4 to 6 months worth of inventory. A buyer's market is more than 6 months worth of inventory, and a seller's market is less than 4 months worth of inventory. So obviously it's still a very strong seller's market. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in the FM school district this year, these numbers should speak to you. And you really need to get with an experienced real estate agent in order to help you make the best of it if you're a buyer or a seller. I would love to sit down with you. I've been doing this for over 25 years. Just reach out to me. We could sit down and go over your goals and see what we can do to reach them. So I hope you're having a great day. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I hope to hear from you.